Hi, I'm Judy Griffin, and today we're going to take the next step into looking at the 5 elements and be able to use it with aromatherapy, choosing essential oils for different types of personality traits. And you will be able to easily pick these out and know what types of health problems these people would have and which essential oils are going to help them the most. Now, everybody has the 5 elements, but people generally have a predominance of certain ones, so we're looking at that. And thinking about yourself, whether you may be deficient, too low, or imbalanced in some way with any of these elements, you can use these blends, of course, on yourself. And it's ongoing. Last week we looked at the wood element, and it's a very unique and creative energy, and wood creates fire, and that's how the 5 elements roll. So with the fire energy, we have in the personality a born leader. This is a charismatic and imaginative person, very optimistic, generous, loves attention, and friends, intimacy, excitement, is an incurable romantic. And sometimes these people can get into pleasure seeking, which is an imbalance, and we'll create some essences, essential oils to help that. It's a bitter taste. When you're looking at it, the bitter taste helps to balance the fire element. Fire element, of course, is in the summertime. The energy in the summertime is long-term, like the noonday sun on. So in the wood element, you had short bursts of energy, but with the fire energy, you have long-term energy. It affects the heart and the small intestine, your circulation, and reproduction. As an energy, the fire energy wants to merge passionately with all life. And the goal is to do good for all involved, people, plants, animals, and all for the common good. When they're balanced, fire energy personalities, they finish their projects, they share their resources, they accept boundaries, and they create a alone time. That alone time keeps coming back, that we need this to encourage our spiritual life and balance all the chaos of the day. The health issues for fire element include anxiety, hyperactivity, problems with digestion. Of course, fire is your whole, the most of your digestive energy, creates the enzymes that break down your food. An element with the health could be profuse sweating, and you'll see that people with this element need to, or any of us that need to balance it, are going to have to use electrolytes of some sort, and especially in the summer. So you'll have heart and circulation problems, obviously stroke, loss of motion, which can happen in a stroke, but it can also happen in stuttering. It's any part of the body that would lose motion. And sexual health and desire is also involved, and reproductive issues, being able to reproduce. You want to avoid extremes and stimulants of all kinds, because these people really don't need too much caffeine or other things to keep them going. A little is good, a lot is going to create an imbalance in a hurry. They don't need too much spicy foods, and they definitely don't need much salt. So salting the food and salty foods are really not good to help balance the personality and the health of the person. And dried foods and fruits are hard on them because it's drying to the intestines. So I'm going to jump into a balancing blend. Before I do, I just mentioned that Around the World with Herbs, we're putting this on the website at Aroma Health Texas. This whole lecture comes from a course that I taught at the University of Texas in Arlington called Around the World with Herbs. Now, this wasn't specifically about essential oils. It was about herbs from every culture and how people used it, how people learned different ways to help people without the medical miracles we have today of being able to see what's going inside the body. So it's an interesting look into the past and how we can make our future and ourselves better. And then this series with aromatherapy specifically is to add on to it. But you'll learn a lot more about foods and herbs and different things about the personality and the 5 elements and many other types of healing energy in this book. So, you can contact me if you have any questions or problems. So in a balancing blend, before we start, I want to just go over the basics of aromatherapy. For every 10 drops, you will use 2 drops of your base note. We always start with our base note. If you don't, you're not going to get the quality or the desire of what you want in that blend. So for the fire element, I chose benzoin styrax, which has a very light vanilla scent, and vanilla is very protective, so it's good for these people because they're very extroverted and they're out in the public a lot. So we'll only use 4 drops of that in a 20-drop blend. For every 10 drops in your essential oils, you're going to have 2 drops of your base. So we have 4 drops of vanilla. I'm not dropping them out today like I did with the wood, so we can talk a little bit more about the essential oils we're using and how they help us physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So the middle notes, or the heart notes, that is the base of your blend. That's what you want to have the most of. And this is, in this blend, I went with jasmine or we can use more than one essential oil. I used marigold mint, and to date, we're the only persons in the world that make an essential oil from marigold mint. It's very good for heart energy and opening you up and free-flowing energy. You can combine the 2. You would have 15 drops. So you can have 5 drops of marigold mint and 10 drops of jasmine, however you want. You can have more than 2. You can have 3 or 4 in your, usually 3 is where we stop a lot of times in a basic aromatherapy blend for the middle note. And consider jasmine is open you up in a loving type of way, but it also gives a lot of energy to the bones, to the uterus in women, and it's not really bold or seductive, but it's very passionate, and that's what fire energy is all about. So then marigold mint, of course, is into free-flowing energy, and it's a very light, happy type of energy. Okay, it just it wakes you up, and fire people like that. You can use just 1 essential oil, and with fire element, you could use peppermint. The only thing about it is peppermint will dominate your blend. You won't really smell a whole lot of anything else, and if you like that, it's a great essential oil for fire people. And peppermint will help your digestion, it will help your free-flowing energy, it will help you have energy, but then be able to relax. If you've ever had a peppermint bath, at first it's a little stimulating, but then it's really smooth and very relaxing. So this is good for the fire element. You can still use the benzoin styrax, or if you have another low note you want to use, they're the usually viscous type essential oils, and they hold the blend and they allow the different essential oils and aromas to blend together, and they actually, these things are alive, essential oils are alive, and they create and make something that smells very different, very much better than possibly just one or two essential oils, and that's the idea. And it can take up to 30 days to actually really, for all of these essential oils to meld and complete their journey of transition. People don't realize that smells in essential oils are alive. If they are natural essential oils, if they're chemically made, not really. So you can make those up and you're done. They're not going to change anything over time. Now we're going to finish our blend with what we call the high note. And I chose sweet orange because it is the happiness herb. I mean, children love it. You know, adults love it. It's very pleasing to other people generally. And citrus makes great high notes because that's what hits you all when you open your blend or spray a little or put a little on. You feel that orange and it lifts you. That's what it is, a high note. And then you get into the middle note, okay? And that base note is in there working it the whole time, so it's just smooth stream. It's not too quick, and it lasts over a period of time, and it creates a new type of you, because every essential oil or aroma you wear, it's when you put it on you that it joins in with your inherent aroma or scent that you were born with. Everybody, just like a peach or an apple, is always going to smell like that, and as far as I know, then it's the same with a person. And that aroma that we each have, and we can't exactly smell it, but other people can pick up on it, and they can pick up on it easier when you have an essential oil blend that brings it out. So that's part of what we're into with aromatherapy. It's bringing out this inherent aroma and energy that you were born with. And then so we have the high note, and we're going to use 6 drops of that because we have 20 drops. And you'll have 3 drops for every 10 drops that is in your blend. 3 of those drops will be your high note. And we chose the sweet orange. You can choose another one. Remember, when you use citrus in your blends on any level, you have to keep it refrigerated. Lavender's like that too, and over a period of time it'll get stale. And I like to keep my essential oils in small bottles whenever possible, because the more air they get as you use them, the flatter they can get. And it's very apparent with lavender, and especially your citrus blends, any of your citrus. So I hope you enjoyed our lecture. Hope you have questions and get in touch with me, and like and share and subscribe, because we'll be back next week with Earth Energy. Bye-bye.